Shut up and sit down.
All rolling.
And we're good to go again.
Yes, we are. Welcome back, guys.
Hello, you know where we are now.
I'm Dodge. This is Andy. I'm introducing you this time for no reason.
Of course we can.
We can do.
So we're having a bit of a look at the codexes, what are relevant to us. So, there.
That's pretty much what this video is about. We're just going to chat about the two armies we collect mainly. So if you're not interested in orcs or chaos, you probably just not watch this video, or just watch it for a laugh anyway. We don't take these videos too seriously.
Exactly.
We're just picking out at the moment what our favourite new units are going to be. And I'm always been a fan of the Deathcopters. They're now a little bit more expensive, but that spinny blade thing, that's ridiculously powerful.
Yeah, that is really cool and very characterful.
Very.
They are a lot tougher now as well with the additional couple of wounds. So that's going to make them a much more interesting unit to use.
I mean, they've only got the 2 attacks, but then when you can make 2 D3 hits instead of just the 1, you can get up to like 6 hits there, is it? D3. Yeah, you can get six attacks out of it.
Yeah, which is nice.
At strength 4,
I'm
not too bad.
I'm really liking the improvements to Terminators. Terminators have always been one of the coolest things for me in the entire game. The idea of them being in that super tough armour.
Yeah.
And now having the additional wound each just makes them feel that bit more powerful.
Yeah.
It makes them, it makes them feel like they're actually going to suffer, be able to take a lot of damage.
It's one of the things we don't have in the Nurgle army at the moment.
They're not even in their data section either, though.
No.
As is, the Terminators are not available in the Death Guard army list, which I think is quite interesting because that indicates that there's going to be something really cool coming out in the near future.
I was checking out a bunch of stuff on Element Games yesterday, right? Because I was trying to build up this army. And if you use Element Games, guys, use the code big capital letters 223 when checking out, and you'll get extra points there.
Yeah.
And so will we, to spend on stuff for the studio and stuff for this channel. So more miniatures and more tutorials.
Yep.
But I was looking on there the other day, and so much stuff is now not sold out, but just unavailable. And the reason for that is Games Workshop's not supplying it to them anymore.
Ooh.
Yeah, I noticed that. I thought they just sold out, but Games Workshop's not supplying quite a few things to them anymore, which means a lot of new big changes are coming up.
Yeah, that sounds like there's going to be some interesting new changes to the figures themselves.
And a lot of them were chaos.
Hey, I approve.
Right,
With us
gonna have to get the phone.
And take 2.
Right, sorry about that, I had to get the phone.
So yeah, that Element Games
that was
is
what
not
we were
getting,
talking about, yeah.
Element Games is not getting a whole bunch of stuff. Now that is quite interesting. And if it's
the Defiler was missing, the Land Raider, the Rhinos, a whole bunch of chaos stuff was just no longer available.
Now, the Defiler doesn't surprise me because that's an old fig, and to be fair, I never really liked it.
I wanted to get one. It was Father's Day. I got some money for Father's Day, and you're like, yes, I'm gonna get myself some grey bits of plastic, and then went to buy a bunch of chaos stuff, and it was all unavailable.
No.
Timing, eh?
Yeah, it's not a kit I've ever liked. It just looked too much like a crab, and not enough like a stompy monster of doom.
I suppose if you wanted to convert it for Nurgle purposes, it'd be quite doable. You just do what they did with the Mauler Fiend, and in between the mechanical bits, you green stuff a lot of flesh.
Yeah, definitely. It's definitely got scope for converting, but like I say, it's just
the Soul Grinder was also missing, so it looks like they might be revamping all of those.
You never know. It's definitely interesting. I don't know why. I suppose a Rhino is probably unavailable due to the fact that vehicles have become good, and it's just literally just flying off the shelves at the minute.
I was theorising. I'm theorising that it's because now Primaris Marines are bigger. The tanks don't look the right size.
Well, Primaris Marines can't get in a Rhino.
I didn't know that. Stop making me look stupid on our channel, Andy.
You're doing it yourself.
I'm not up to date with anything.
I do try to keep it a little bit up to date, but I'm not.
It's difficult at the moment.
Yeah, things are changing so damn quick. It really is tricky. It's hard to keep up to date. Other things I've noticed.
You're liking the spawns, aren't you?
I'm liking spawns, yeah. I don't actually use Chaos Spawn because, as you already know, I'm a Night Lord player, and I'm dead against anything demonic in my army. But what I did do is I made some alternate versions,
I think they came out really well.
which are made from the Hobbit Fellward kits, and I painted them up sort of in a hyena-ish way. So it's more of a hunting dog of some kind. What you could just imagine running around the underbelly of the battle barges in space, eating civilians.
I do apologise for the lighting quality in here.
Yeah, the lighting quality is not the best. We do apologise. This is obviously not at our desks where we'd normally do the videos, and we will rectify this in future videos.
Yeah, we're still working on these things, but anyone who's been watching us from when we used to work in a garage
Yeah,
has seen massive improvements in this channel.
yeah. The fact that we're not in a garage is just, well, it's a godsend in itself.
That's true.
So spawns being quite interesting and also having a negative effect on leaderships really works to
You're a Night Lord,
my
aren't you?
Night Lord sort of theme. So that's kind of cool. And dreadnoughts of all kinds, just so awesome now.
We can actually match your dreadnoughts now as orcs, which I'm really chuffed about.
Yeah, all
I
dreadnoughts
was
should be just
surprised.
as tough.
I skimmed over stuff, people's YouTube videos of the data sheets where you've got to pause the screen to read them and all that malarkey. But, where's it gone? I'm trying to find him. Where are you? Death Dreads now, coming in units of up to 3 and then acting separately.
So you buy them as one heavy support choice.
Yeah, whereas before, when I used to play like Apocalypse games, I'd have to have 2 big detachments or something just to get a couple more heavies in it. It limited them. So now if you want a whole bunch of kill cans, walkers and death dreads and stompers and everything else, you can do that quite easily without breaking the organisation or the detachment. I mean, death dreads coming in with 8 wounds, that's really good, and a 3+ save on an orc vehicle. That's insane.
Yeah, that's pretty much unheard of as far as orcs are going. In previous editions, orcs' armour was
Just
laughable, really.
bubble wrap, pretty much. I know, you popped me bubble wrap. But movement 6 as well, so that's pretty good. Standard movement. Strength 5, toughness 7. Yeah,
So-
that's fair.
Yeah, they're not quite as powerful as the marine variants, but I'm guessing they're so much cheaper as well.
Let's have a look. Alright,
So
pick out another unit, I'll have a look how cheap these death dreads are. Hopefully they're cheap. Come on, cheap death dreads, that's what I'm looking forward to. Right, units, points value.
Just a
Death dreads, 74 points. I'm happy with that.
74, Hellbrutes 72, which is kind of weird, but you've got more access to loads of weapons and extra attacks and things.
Yeah, it says it doesn't include the weapons and everything
Yeah.
else, but no, I'm quite happy with that.
Yeah,
points wise.
Points wise, they're fairly similar. I'm surprised actually about the Death Dread's base price is more, but the weapon prices might be cheaper.
I
So
think it's that 3+ armour save. You've got to pay for it somewhere.
yeah,
And I mean, just a unit of 3 of those then acting separately is. I'm
That's
really
quite-
excited about that.
that's quite a cool feature. Being able to have 3 for the same
They
slot.
also deploy within 6 of each other, so you can spread them out. Say you're on a city fight board and you want to go one that way, one that. You just spread them out 6 away from each other, and then turn 1, you go that way, you that way, and you that way.
Yeah.
Massive change to how strategies are going to play in the new game.
Yeah, it's looking like it's going to be the command point thing is quite an interesting take. Obviously, it's still very simple at the minute because we haven't got access to all the strategies. What will be out in the future. I'm guessing they're going to come out in codex.
But looking at what we've got now,
There's some
I think it
interesting
can
stuff.
only get better. I think Games
Yeah.
Workshop have just
They've knocked it
turned
out of the park.
everything around. It's
In my opinion, because I had a quick game of it, using the rules what were lurking around on the internet the other week, and it was an absolute blast. They really have knocked it out of the park. The fact that everything can kill anything means that you can see a Bane blade across the table, not having put loads of anti-tank in the army and gone, oh well, it's going to be tough, but I can still kill it.
that rule change has actually made what they haven't changed too much about orcs, but that one rule change has meant orcs are now a viable army. Anything can wound anything. Doesn't matter now. We're orcs. We can either hit you 80 times or shoot at you about 80 to 100 times. We're actually a playable army, and I can't wait to start playing. Whereas before, 7th or 6th edition, it's like, well, I'm going to roll for it. No, all my guys died on my turn, and all those guys, they're dead.
The change to mobbing up.
Oh, the old mob rule's back, and that's a godsend, that.
Yeah, and I still like the fact that they've kept the warlords knocking the hell out of the squads.
Yeah.
But it's not as fatal as it was before, and it's not just a reroll. It's your boss kicks the hell out of a couple of orcs, and then they go, all right then, we'll behave.
You bloody will be, eh? If it's just saw him just squish that guy with power claw. It's like, I'm going to do what I'm told.
Yeah,
It's Orc Society for you. He's bigger and harder than me. He must be in charge.
exactly. And the Imperial Guard have a similar one with the Summer Execution.
Oh, I remember that. It's like anyone who deserts just gets shot in the head, isn't it?
Yeah, so how the commissars work, for those of you who still aren't aware, is that the commissar, if he's within the appropriate distance, any squad who fails the leadership test, he will just shoot a person, and then that squad automatically passes. So instead of losing 5 or 6 men, you lose 1 from a bullet to the back of your head by his commissar.
Which makes sense.
It's kind of cool.
It is a pretty cool feature. You could do it in the Dawn of War game as well.
Yeah, send commissars around going, right you, bang.
I got bored once, just made a huge unit and just shot them all. One after another. Just passing the time as you do.
Yeah, that's Dawn of Warfare.
Is there any other units you're really looking forward to in the Codex?
For me, I'm quite happy with the majority of the thing. It's looking like Rincewind might actually be playable again. The new psychic powers are all rather nice.
That's a brilliant change. You just pick your psychic power.
And there's none of this invisibility shenanigans. Oh look, I've got an invisible Titan, which I have seen on a
What really annoyed me about the psychic powers, I think Orcs had it originally with their weird boys having to pick a random power every turn.
Yeah.
Which was annoying, but everyone had to pick their powers at random at the beginning of the game. Now, if you've built an army around psychers and you need certain psychic powers to make it work, there's nothing worse than coming to roll for your psychic and be like, well, I got that one and I don't need those two. Being able to pick it is just a logical choice.
Yeah. And I think the Dark Hereticus discipline came out really strong. Warp time, having a unit be able to move.
Oh, I saw someone playing that on a battle report yesterday, that's cool.
A second time. And Prescience, just a +1 to hit.
Yeah.
Just a straight up +1 to hit. They're really...
Is that shooting or combat?
Both.
Ah, savage. Kill the psychers.
Yeah. So, Chaos Sorcerers came out really good. Which... and I actually almost broke the world in my game the other week because Rincewind successfully cast not just 1 spell in a game, 2 consecutively.
That's the world coming to.
You know things are going wrong when he's casting stuff.
Wait, you were telling me that he cast spells and all your other psychers were just like, they didn't cast any spells, they were just in awe. Just cast a spell, get down!
Yeah, my other sorcerers, they decided not to bother because they were just too shocked, I think.
One of the other units I'm really looking forward to now is the Gorkanaut.
Yes.
That big honk of plastic crap that just blew up last time is now coming in packing with 18 wounds and the Deathstorm Mega Shooter, range 36, heavy, 3d6. minimum of 3 shots to 18 shots, strength 6, AP -1.
Yeah. Although my favourite unit of all the stuff I've seen is actually an orc unit, which is one of the artillery pieces.
Oh, the mech guns.
The mech guns, the bubble gun. I remember that back in Epic, when it was before it was called Epic, it was called Space Marine, and they had little cars.
Is it the
running
big
around.
guns or the mech guns?
It was the mech gun bubble chucker.
Bubble chucker.
Which is the most ridiculous weapon ever, and it's just so much fun.
Roll 4 dice each time you fire this weapon. Then take it in turns with your opponent, starting with you, to allocate 1 value at a time to its strength, AP, damage, number of attacks. Note that the dice assigned to AP is a negative number. Example, a 3 is assigned to AP, so that shot is resolved at AP -3. That's actually, that's like old orc shenanigans, but leveled out on a fair playing field there, if you both get to pick.
You both get to pick. There's no real negatives to firing it. It doesn't explode in your face. It just, sometimes it might be really powerful, sometimes it won't be. And it just sounds like a lot of fun.
Gives me some really bizarre ideas for a conversion. You know, there's things kids get that blow bubbles through.
Yeah.
Just a bunch of those, like in a line, getting bigger and bigger, and an orc with his cheeks out. It's like,
yeah, exactly. So that's probably one of my favourite units I've seen so far, because it keeps that wackiness what orcs are, but it also stops it from being stupid. It actually looks like it's going to work.
Yeah, so I'm really chuffed for that, because obviously I'm the orc player. They've really balanced us out. There's not so much, like the shock attack gun is now fair to play. It's not a case of half the time I'm going to get doubles and do something I don't want to do. We can actually strategize and play now.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to actually work. Unlike send your mech boy with a gun into combat with a unit of Terminators who are trying to shoot.
Or have him surrounded by a bunch of knobs with other guns and then have him explode and waste about 200 to 500 points worth of stuff in turn 1. So
not helpful.
But it'll be a while before you see the orcs on the battlefield, because I'm converting everything all the time.
Yes.
The only thing that's finished is a Gorkanaut.
Yeah, but he's spent an hour and a half on an arm so far. An arm.
That's just converting it.
Yeah.
It's going to look good when it's done.
It's going to look good when it's done, but you might not see any orcs on the table for about 3 years.
No, I'm getting the Death Copters done first, unit of 5.
So anyway, I think that's enough of us just waffling for now.
We just wanted to share this. We've been getting proper excited, and I think everyone else has as well.
We just wanted to share our enthusiasm for new 40k. I hope you all enjoy watching our upcoming battle reports and any other videos we're doing. Like and subscribe
and all that.
That's the one. Like and subscribe. You know what we mean. And we'll see you next time, guys.
See you later, guys.